welcome back to the channel. Very good afternoon to you wherever you are on the globe, on the continent of Africa, in Europe, in America, in Canada, Australia, or right in Southeast Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, if something goes wrong, it might makeup artist's fault. Welcome to the channel. It is hot afternoon edition, Sunday hot afternoon edition. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. Quickly, we are still in the transfer market, and tomorrow is Chelsea's game. We know that Chelsea, West Ham. Oh yes, some big teams are falling. I will not give you the results yet, but one thing that is for sure is if Chelsea wins tomorrow, we should be climbing up the table. Yes, it is what it is. It is what it is. So tomorrow's game, I don't want to be saying must win again, but it is very important we don't lose points tomorrow. Even a draw is unacceptable. Against West Ham, no. Let's now get into the transfer market and see what is happening. Dear friends, Chelsea are only accepting the departure of Joao Felix under the following formula or terms or conditions, whichever way you want to take it. Chelsea are only accepting the departure of Joao Felix under the following formula, conditions, terms, or whatever you want to call it: outright sale or loan with obligation. Simple. But you know what? This guy's career, I don't know. I'm not happy for him. They kept moving him from one club to the other, every 3 months, 6 months. Why won't they just allow this guy to have a rest, peace of mind, play in a club? Joao Felix, no. AC Milan are interested, but from all indication, it looks like AC Milan just want a loan. They are not willing to go by obligation to buy or outright sale. So negotiations are still ongoing for Joao Felix as we speak. He's a good player. I remember Poch didn't want him. That is why whilst he was in Chelsea, he was sent back. He came first of all from Atletico Madrid on loan to Chelsea. Pochettino came, he said he didn't want him. They let him go. I don't know why, what the problem is. Because on a pitch, there are moments that you could see clearly that this is a talented player. But I don't know why the coaches, maybe is it a training style, I'm not too sure. But we see some players. We've seen players like Messi who doesn't train hard. We've seen Hazard, our own legendary Hazard, who doesn't train hard. Yet on a pitch of play, they can perform, they can deliver. So I just can't get it. Well, dear friends, it is what it is. Yeah. We understand Olympique Marseille have agreed terms with Aaron and Samino as loan move from Chelsea will not include any buy option clause. So Olympique Marseille and Ansemino, they have agreed on terms. They have agreed terms with Ansemino as we speak. Now, Chelsea would not include any buy option clause. That we got that from the initial stage. Deal now depends on Chelsea and loan spot available. Waiting for English club to make a decision on which player they will loan out. We know that also. I'm just giving you a breakdown of teams that are leaving Chelsea right now as we speak. Aston Villa are back in for Disasi. And this is where Ansemino's issue is a bit of dicey for Chelsea. Should they let go Disasi or let go Ansemino? They can't let go both of them at the same time. This is where the challenge is. So it will all depend on the best option available, based on loan slots that are available for Chelsea as well. Then we also need a backup player. Oh yes, we need a backup for, right now we know Wesley Fofana is injured. Reece James cannot be trusted for the full season based on his condition. Yes, so Chelsea are careful not to let go the two at the same time. It is what it is. Dear friends, we move on to the next one. On our striking issue, our striker issue, yesterday and earlier today, I brought up the news to you that Chelsea are monitoring or are checking up on 4 different strikers. 4 strikers. Right now, as we speak, Ferguson is already off. Yes, Ferguson. Ferguson is off. It's no longer available for Chelsea. What happened? Ladies and gentlemen, you see, the more you waste time, other clubs are interested. West Ham agreed deal with Brighton to sign striker Ivan Ferguson, straight loan until the end of the season. So Chelsea have already lost out on Ferguson. Of course, he is not my first choice. And like most of you, which I have your shout out there, will soon be coming with a shout out tonight or this afternoon. West Ham have agreed a deal with Brighton to sign striker Ferguson, straight loan until the end of the season. Between now and the next 24 hours, that deal should be sealed. Now, Aston Villa, we understand, remain confident of signing Axel Disasi in the next 24 hours. But let's see what Chelsea will do in the next 24 hours as well. Agreement closed between Chelsea and Crystal Palace for Ben Chilwell. Hooray! Finally! Finally, Ben Chilwell. Agreement closed between Chelsea and Crystal Palace for defender Ben Chilwell on loan. At least, Ben Chilwell will now play football. In the next 5 months, Chilwell will play football. He was our deputy captain. Rather unfortunately, the system of football we are playing right now, that he doesn't fit in. Yes, he is a left back. And we like our left backs to invert. He cannot invert. Meanwhile, he doesn't have the height also. I mean, but he does well. You remember the days of, is it Wright Phillips? I'm not too sure. Short, but you cannot beat him with the ball. But I'm happy that finally, at least, a loan for now. Decision now up to the player to decide. I know Ben Chilwell will not turn down this opportunity. I know Ben Chilwell will not turn it down at all. Now, there is something I want to show you guys. But, okay, Fabrizio Romano reported Ferguson is referred to West Ham. Here we go. Verbal agreement in place with all parties involved after green light from Brighton. Evan has been authorized to undergo medical later this afternoon. Straight loan deal until June. Salary covered by West Ham. Salary covered by West Ham. All right. Kasari Kasadai has completed a permanent transfer to Serie A side Torino. Here we go. At least finally Chelsea has got one player going on permanent. Kasadai going finally on permanent. Chelsea is actually, we are wasting time of players. I mean, we are destroying players, talent. We buy them, we keep them, and we are not making use of them. I mean, I'm happy for Chelsea players to be going. I am so happy. Kasadai Cesare has finally completed a permanent transfer. Permanent, not a loan, to Serie A side Torino. Ladies and gentlemen, yes. Now, one other player that I would have wished you also get a permanent transfer is Chukwuemeka. But as we speak, Chelsea trusts Chukwuemeka for the future, and therefore they are not ready to let him go for permanent. I mean, they are not ready to let him go for ordinary anyhow loan. They want to loan him out. At the end of the season, he comes back. Chukwuemeka's case is a bit different from others. Yes. And I don't know, I think I have an update on that. Let me see if I have the update. Chelsea trusts Chukwuemeka. The talent of Kane is not in doubt. I love him. I like him. Chukwuemeka. And I want him to be a legend of Chelsea. But I'm not too sure how. I'm happy it came to the news. Been announced that Chelsea trusts his ability. And therefore, he's one of those players that they are keeping for the future. Yes. Quickly, let me see if I have anything. I'm on Chukwuemeka again. Before I go to some other. Yes. Chelsea are not accepting any bid for Chukwuemeka with an option to buy. Chelsea are not accepting any bid for Chukwuemeka with an option to buy. They are considering his pathway, salary coverage, loan fee, playing time, etc. All Chelsea want is the club that want to take him should be ordinary loan. with his salary coverage and a guarantee of playing time, Chelsea want order because Chelsea trust in the player. I hope you get a club. Chelsea trust Kane for the future. I hope you get a team that he'll be given the opportunity. The next 5 months, continuous football. I believe in his talent as well, honestly. Well, there is a news on our stadium, Chelsea new stadium, but before I go into that, one from our legendary Frank Lampard. For those of you who doubted Lampard, there is something that I want to remind you of. Frank Lampard, in his first spell with Chelsea as a manager, finished in the top 4. Frank Lampard, our highest ever goal scorer, with over 200 plus goals, almost 300 goals. As a matter of fact, in the Premier League, it's only now before, I think, Mo Salah is getting closer. Frank Lampard finished top 4 with Chelsea after losing Eden Hazard and having a transfer ban in the same season. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, that will always be one of the most impressive managerial achievements in Chelsea history. It's crazy how some of you fans disrespect our legend. Right now as we speak, he is with Coventry. Oh yes, the second tier championship team. Coventry City were 2 places above relegation zone. 2 places above relegation zone. That means that they were fighting relegation. 2 places above relegation zone when Lampard took over. When Lampard was appointed to replace Mark Robbins in late November last year. After last night's win against Swansea, ladies and gentlemen, Lampard successfully brought his club, his team, his newly team up. They are just 3 points off the playoff place. Oh yes, you know in the Championship you have to do playoff before you qualify for the Premier League. They are just 2 points off the playoff position for you to know the pedigree of our own legend, Frank Lampard. Ladies and gentlemen, let me now quickly run up. I understand Manchester United will get a minimum 3/4 wage recovery during Marcus Rashford's Villa loan, and up to 90% depending on performance-based bonuses moved to Villa for Marcus Rashford, finalized today. 40 million option to buy. So Villa has a 40 million option to buy Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford is valued at 40 million right now as we speak. 40 million pounds. Yes, so that is a buyback option. And remember, it all depends on performance-based bonuses for the player right now. Ladies and gentlemen, it is hot in the afternoon. I would not like to take much of your time. I'll be right up quickly. Yes, remember also, Aston Villa remain confident of signing Asadi Sassi in the next 24 hours. But let's see what happens. Because Chelsea cannot let go both the Sassi and Anselmino at the same time. One will have to go, one will surely have to stay. Can Chukwuemeka, Chelsea trust in his ability and his talent, and they are willing to let him come back. Therefore, Chelsea are only looking for a loan for Chukwuemeka. Quickly, finally, Chelsea plan to build a new 60,000-seater capacity stadium at Earl's Court is back on the agenda. 60,000-seater capacity stadium at Earl's Court is back on the agenda. I will elaborate more on this tomorrow. Now, 60,000 capacity stadium with potential government funding. Yes, it's only Chelsea. Government must help us to fund the stadium. With potential government funding to support the move. Ladies and gentlemen, but the Chelsea pitch owners, oh yes, if you have been on this platform for a long time, I have explained what Chelsea pitch owners are, who they are. Yes, severally on this channel. Maybe tomorrow I'll spend a little time again to explain it. You see, but Chelsea pitch owners hold the key to the approval. And the reason is very simple. You might not be around or watch it tomorrow, but I will encourage you to watch it tomorrow. Chelsea, the name Chelsea is for the pitch. The grass is a stadium. And so if Chelsea is to make a move to another location, the pitch owners can decide not to let you use the name Chelsea in the new stadium. Ladies and gentlemen, I should be back in the next one when you see me. Shalom and peace.